The City of Moore is working on solutions to the growing challenge in dealing with stormwater management. Elizabeth Whiteman, the city's Community Development Director, says approving the 1/8 cent sales tax reallocation would help the city tackle this challenge.
At this point, we are in need of more structural controls, things like infiltration ponds, bioswales, and stream bank stabilization. And these things cost a lot of money, and we can't really absorb that into our normal budgeting process.
Recent mandates from the Environmental Protection Agency and the Department of Environmental Quality require the City of Moore to remove at least 35% of pollutants from stormwater before it gets to Lake Thunderbird. This requires improvements in both drainage and stormwater management. The difference between those two things is subtle but critical.
The drainage is about getting the stormwater out of Moore or your neighborhood. And stormwater management is more about treating that stormwater to remove as many pollutants as we can. So when it does drain downstream to Norman and Lake Thunderbird, it's not as dirty as it could have been.
Whiteman says without the 1/8 cent sales tax reallocation, implementing these essential changes becomes extremely difficult because the need for stormwater management is constantly growing.
Everyone creates stormwater, and they might not understand that, but if you own a house or a business and more, as rain falls down, it falls on your property, and anything that runs off into the street or into a storm sewer system is stormwater. And it picks up all of those little pollutants all along the way.
Whiteman says there are efficient and less expensive ways to remove those pollutants.
Some of the methods that we can use to treat the stormwater are things that would improve the city anyways. So things like the infiltration pond, where you have a stormwater detention pond that's designed in such a way where it will detain the stormwater for a certain period, allow the pollutants to settle at the bottom while the cleaner stormwater is released into the drainage system.
In addition to detention ponds, Whiteman says the city can also use features like bioswales and stream bank stabilization to trap pollutants.
But the great thing about those solutions are that it benefits the entire city as a whole, just with the aesthetic benefits that it brings with it.
One other important thing for Moore residents to keep in mind as they vote on November 12th, you will see two separate 1/8 cent sales tax ballots. One is for the City of Moore and the other is for Cleveland County. They are separate ballots and voters can vote for either item, both items, or neither item. For more information on November 12th voting, including a look at sample ballots and a list of polling locations, visit clevelandcountyelectionboard.com.